So this week I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to play something for you that basically no one has ever heard, and it's not because it's new. This is the earliest complete version of a song called Gypsy Angel that I wrote in the spring, I guess, of 2007. I recorded this version with the help of Mr. Derek Zhao. As far as I know, he is the only other person who has ever heard this. This was, at the time, like my crowning glory musically. I thought it was the greatest thing that I had ever done and was ever going to do. I'll see if it can say more for itself. Here we go. Could I sleep? Could I lie beneath the veil and stay with you, my love? Stay with you in my darkest dreams. Oh, why do I have to wait to open my eyes and watch you slip away? I don't think I've listened to this in not, I've listened to it since 2007, but probably not in 10 years. It's a bit shocking for me to listen to today after spending a few hours working on the rewritten version of Gypsy Angel. I can only speak for myself. That is excruciating to me to hear. And that feels strange to say because I know in my heart that at the time, in the summer, I guess, of 2007, when I recorded that, I was convinced that it was amazing. And, sometimes you don't know the limitations of your grasp, I guess, in real time. But I've been working this week on the song Gypsy Angel, the rewritten version of it, and I feel like it's been a real culmination of a lot of things that I've been working on since this time, since I wrote this originally. Let me see if I can give you a little bit more backstory. At that time, I had written some songs. You've heard a few of them, I think. I've been releasing sort of refreshed versions of them over the last few weeks. But I wasn't convinced that this is something that I should be doing with my time, with my life. I had written enough songs and learned enough about the process to really develop a critical ear. And I don't mean the kind of critical ear that would know how pitchy this vocal is, but the kind of critical ear that would think that most of the things that I did were terrible. And when I wrote this, I was really in a place where I thought I was never going to write again. I had heard too much music that dwarfed everything I thought I could accomplish. I had played with other people who were writing things that would just seem far beyond what I could do. And I was pretty down on myself at the time. And then, I combined sort of like these Beatlesy chords and some words that were just like ripped off of Shakespeare, and this phrase Gypsy Angel that just kind of popped into my head one day. I combined them into a song that at the time just revived my interest in what I was doing and made me feel like it was something that I could, not just could, but should do. I was really, really proud of what I had written and felt almost like an obligation to myself to share it. But like so many people who create things, and maybe everybody in the world, that great pride that I felt also came with opposite feelings. I had an equally strong, honestly, probably stronger feeling of shame about the song I had written and the feelings, the good feelings that it gave me to think that I could do something like write a song that I was really, really proud of. And so I didn't play it for anybody back home when I wrote it at the time. That was the time when I was playing with Parker Zimmerman a lot, and I think I showed him the chords like several months before the song was done, but I don't think I ever played him a version of it. And I don't think I ever played a version for any of my friends at the time, notwithstanding that all of them were supportive and had good taste and would have backed my ass up. I was just too afraid to do that. I was too afraid that, you know, this good feeling I had was balloon thin and that anything could disrupt it. And so I sort of carried this song in secret off to college where, in what I thought was a effort to reinvent myself, I produced it and played it like 900 times at open mic nights, and I'm more familiar with this song than with anything else I've ever done. And I thought that that was going to be the moment when I felt, when that proud feeling I had felt like impervious, like it, instead of being balloon thin, that it was like made out of steel. And unfortunately that didn't happen. You know, it seemed like the more that I played it, the more I thought that it was terrible and that I was terrible, and that I was silly for wanting to write songs, wanting to play my own songs, and that I should just give it up. And that feeling, sort of like of pride setting off a spiral of shame, that's honestly, that's the whole story of most of my life as a songwriter. And I've got more of that in and around the song Gypsy Angel than any other, which is, I suppose, fitting because I thought it was so damn good, but it's also sad because I held it so close to my heart for so long, and there was so much just nastiness pent up in it. You know, in 2019, I sort of had the most extreme of these little crises, and I almost stopped writing altogether. I promised myself that before I even made like a plan to quit. I promised myself that I wouldn't quit writing songs until I sort of did justice to a few songs that were really special to me, and Gypsy Angel was on the list, and it was high on the list. And it's sort of fitting that I think the only reason why I'm doing this video and making the songs today is because something happened when I was rewriting Gypsy Angel. I don't know how to explain it. Suddenly it started to feel fresh and new and good again. And even though I changed a lot of things about it as I was rewriting it, it's almost like what it took for me to feel connected to it again, but without the danger of those bad feelings associated with it. It felt like I could have a safe, healthy relationship with that song, and maybe with the other songs that I have written, with myself as a songwriter. And that was enough to sort of, you know, help me put aside my plans to just quit writing songs forever and try to keep going and see what happens. And here we are. This is the most productive I've ever been as a songwriter and as a creator in my entire life. I couldn't be more proud of the things that I'm doing. I couldn't be happier with the way that things are going. And in a way, I owe all the ups and downs of that to this one weird little song. Anyway, I spent the evening recording it, and I'm almost done, and I thought that maybe I'd play some of it for you. So, this is what it sounds like now. Again, this is through my little blown speaker, so, you know, not pristine audio quality, but I actually haven't, I just did a little like mix down of it, and so I haven't listened to this version of it yet, which has got a lot of things at certain volume levels, and so this is going to be a little bit fresh for me, and we'll see how it sounds, and hopefully it sounds good. Here we go.
The sky is blank, it's a new moon. The space between stars reminds me of you. You see all the things I don't, through smooth skin to broken bones. You say all the things I won't, 'cause the words hurt worse than sticks and stones.
Sorry, I kind of lost myself in listening there for a second. This is so much better than it was in 2007, and than it was every time I played it on a stage to a crowd that didn't clap, ever. That's a good feeling. I'm really proud of where this song has come. It might not be the best song I've written, it's probably not the best song I'll ever write, but I feel good about where it is, and I feel good about where I am doing this. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Marlon, it's good to see you. This is definitely hashtag dad life in the shed after midnight, trying not to bother anybody, but still trying to do this thing. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening.